Thoughts to build on by KOPMEYER, 24. Chapter 24. Save for your old age. Memories. One of the first essentials of prudent self-management is to save financially for your retirement years. Save money regularly. Keep it safe. But saving money for your old age is not enough. Save pleasant memories too. Lots of them. And keep them safe, because you'll need them as much as money when the inevitable time comes that you cannot see very far forward, but can see a long way back. Saving pleasant memories can make all the difference between sunset years of happiness and gloomy, saddened years of regret. So start your own memory bank. Keep in your memory bank all of your happy memories and make regular deposits of additional pleasant memories. Deliberately build a big reserve of happy memories, and don't keep a debit of unhappy memories which will cancel out the happy ones. Here's how to start and operate your own memory bank. 1. Start now. Today. Don't put it off another day. 2. Keep a written record of your pleasant memories, supplemented by photographs, picture post, cards, descriptive folders, menus of outstanding restaurants where you have dined, even matchbook covers and other mementos. Don't depend on your memory. You'll surely forget dates, names, places, even entire events. And you will forget increasingly as you grow older, which is exactly when you will have the most time and the most need for all the happy memories you can acquire. The best way to keep all this miscellaneous assortment of notes, folders, menus, and other mementos is in a scrapbook. Not in a file. Files are excellent for segregating papers by dates and subjects, but the joy of a scrapbook memory bank is in the browsing and the little surprises of discovering again some happy event of the past which you had forgotten. 3. Go back over your past, now, and retrieve, note down and paste in your memory bank scrap. Book all the happy occasion you can remember. Don't delay. Your happy memories are golden. They are much too valuable to trust to a human mind, the capacity of which to recall past events fades with every passing day. 4. Then keep your written deposits in your memory bank up to date. Don't let them accumulate again until it becomes a project. Keep the feeling that making a memory deposit in your memory bank is more important and more lasting than making a money deposit in your bank. 5. Make memories. This is probably the most important and rewarding thing you will ever do. Before you can deposit money in your bank, you first must earn that money. The same goes for memories. Before you can make a written memory deposit in your memory bank, you first must create that memory. Often memory material just happens, but you have to be alert to remember, record, and deposit it in your memory bank scrapbook promptly. But it's more fun to consciously and deliberately make memories that you will want to keep and treasure throughout the years. Here's how. A. Go to interesting, unusual, and memorable places. Take photographs, save picture postcards, folders, mementos. Put them in your memory bank scrapbook promptly. And be sure to date them. I learned that from actual experience. I've been to lots of interesting and memorable places, but because I failed to keep a record of dates, I can't remember when I went where. It may not seem important at the time, but in later years you'll find yourself wondering, now, just when was that? B. Do interesting, unusual, and memorable things. It may seem inconvenient, foolish, or foolhardy at the time. It may require physical or social courage. But if it will make a memory to keep a lifetime in your memory bank, do it. Then you can say, the time I rode that elephant. Or, when I went down the rapids of Snake River on a rubber raft, or when I asked the Sultan if he spoke English. Or just, the best steak I ever ate was in an out-of-the-way little restaurant in. Or, even, when I wrote the senator about that, he wrote me. See, meet and talk with interesting and memorable people. Make a note of it in your memory bank. Scrapbook, with the date. It is easy to meet and talk with interesting and memorable people. In fact, this is one of the quickest and easiest ways to make memories to put in your memory bank. There are so many methods of starting conversations that they would fill a book. Since that isn't the subject or purpose of this book, there isn't space to go into detail. But here is just one of many easy, effective methods of meeting and talking with interesting and memorable people. Simply walk up to each of them and courteously say, Mr. Blank, I understand that you are an authority on name of subject. I would greatly appreciate your telling me if Question that can be answered briefly. You can continue your conversation if the time and situation seem appropriate. Whether you have a brief or a long discussion, you will have accomplished your purpose, which is to meet and talk with an interesting, memorable person. You will have done that even if the other person discourteously, which is very unlikely, tells you to go jump in the lake. What an amusing item for your memory bank. D. If you can't meet and talk with interesting and memorable people, write to them. Be sure to write personal complimentary letters which require a, preferably brief, reply. Simply writing letters of commendation in the hope that you will receive a courteous acknowledgement will provide too little material for your memory bank. Always write with the expectation of a reply that will give you information or an opinion. Then you will have not only an interesting memory bank entry but also useful conversational material. Important people are used to, and have staff for, answering mail, so you will almost certainly get a response to a properly written question. Here is a simple outline to follow. Start with a sincere and well-deserved compliment. Ask an intelligent, thought-provoking question on a subject on which the person you are writing to is a known or presumed authority. Be sure your question can be answered briefly and does not require time-consuming research. Have a good reason for needing the answer and state your reason briefly. Express gratitude in advance. Do not give the impression that you intend this to be the beginning of a continuing, extended correspondence. Busy people do not want to become involved with perennial letter writers. Memory banks are far too personal and private for public exposure, except to provide interesting bits of conversation on occasion. By their very nature, they contain too much ego involvement, and I shall not bore you by turning this chapter into an autobiography under the pretext of providing an example. In return for such considerations, I beg you to do one thing not for me but for yourself. Start your own memory bank now. Keep a written record of your pleasant memories, supplemented by photographs, picture postcards, descriptive folders, menus of outstanding restaurants where you have dined, even matchbook covers and other mementos. Keep these in a big scrapbook where you can browse at random, recalling the happy events of the past which the flight of years otherwise would have erased. Then consciously, deliberately, make pleasant memories which you can deposit frequently in your scrapbook memory bank. Go to interesting, unusual, memorable places. Do interesting, unusual, memorable things. Meet and talk with interesting and memorable people. Or write to them with a question on the subject on which each is an authority. By doing those things you will make many pleasant memories to enjoy as you travel life's way. Most important of all, you will store up treasures to count again and again during those long, vacant hours which too often make up our later years. Your own memory bank will turn empty old age into a full, joyous sunset of life.